Okay, so just taking a look at this. I'm late again, getting you back, getting back to you. I apologize for that. Let's see, presentation mode. So yeah, this is looking pretty good. I think the graph could be made larger. Let's see here. I think maybe this might be spelled wrong. Relative, I think there's a D in there. Some extra space. So I wonder if this was, you know, like centered. And then, let's see. I wonder, just going with a little bit, let's see, what is this? Apparat? Maybe making this apparat. Hopefully they have a thicker font. No, you might need to find a different font altogether for your second font, because this one doesn't come in anything that's heavier. So DIN condensed is pretty nice. I might have gotten this, it might already be in there, or you might have to, it might be an Adobe font, but I don't think it is. I think I downloaded it. Another good one might be Montserrat, because they have so many different types. So, and they even have a condensed, I believe. No, maybe not. But still, totally tons of different things here. But I was actually kind of liking that DIN font, the condensed. Let's see. And then if we want to turn off hyphenation, we can do that. Maybe not here, actually. Here. So click on the words, go to paragraph in the properties panel, and go to the more options, 3 buttons, and then you can uncheck hyphenate. Let's see, maybe we should make this a little bit bigger, or we can just get it on less lines. Something like that. This might need to be made a little smaller. Using the free transform tool, push shift, size that down. Okay, and then let's see, cortisol and stress. So I can actually make this smaller so it's not in the way. I almost wonder if you made this, like just flip that into there, and then maybe made this like the green color that you have in your graph. I think we got it here, maybe. And maybe no stroke. Or maybe if we do want to stroke, the same color green. Oh, that doesn't work. Maybe if this was green. I don't know, something to play around with anyway. And then this was white. Maybe something a little more like that. This could probably be a little bit less, like we could probably just make it 100% maybe. Also, you might want to consider, you know, we could probably move these over to the left or the right. Maybe the left would be a good place. This could go off of the page maybe. And then this could be made larger. We could go object, transform, scale. And maybe just make it like, I don't know, it needs to be quite a bit bigger. Let me do that. Okay. Oops. Okay, and then, oops. We could take this and possibly graph type. I have it selected with the black arrow. I went over here to graph type in the properties panel. We could do add legend across the top so that there's more room over here now. And we can change this font. Command A to select all. I'm going to use the eyedropper, and I'm going to do the same font there. I'm going to left align it though. So we can go here. Okay, so we could say that is higher in the morning and decreases in the afternoon. Children at daycare centers, we could say at daycare, show cortisol levels rising throughout the day. We need to capitalize that. The children's become more and more stressed. The children become more and more stressed as the day goes on. These same children are tested at home on weekends, and the cortisol levels follow the pattern of children who do not have non-relative childcare. So just clean that up a little bit. Maybe center it a little bit. Just shrink up this box. And then with this, we could do, move this over so we can kind of see the face from the side. Maybe copy and paste this several times. Move this over. And this could be like, a different title, whatever title you're going to do here. And then do the same thing again. Let's see, Command V, and probably want to line it up with what we have up there, honestly. And then what's this one going to be called? Let's see. Children. Let's see. This is kind of a hard one to title, but let's see. I titled it Positive Caregiving because it seems like that's the main thing, like how much they got. You could say amounts of positive caregiving. And I think this is 60% of percentage of the children in certain age groups. So, you could say amounts of positive caregiving for children in the U.S. maybe, or I don't know if it's specific to the U.S. I'm guessing it probably is. So some kind of title in here that makes sense. I would say let's change this font on this graph here to probably the DIN condensed. And then I think you must have a stroke on it, so let's take that off. Here, I'll move this thing around a lot. Okay, take off the stroke. Maybe make this a little bit bigger if we can fit it. Maybe 12 point. And you might want to try putting a little bit of text down here, just explaining the graph a little bit more detail, but using very few words, hopefully. Maybe like that many words at the most, to kind of explain this graph if you need to. And it looks like you have something started here, but you could always do a pictograph here or something like that. Like pictographs are usually pretty simple. You might have to take another look at your article just to see if there's anything else you can pull out of there. And then before you turn this in, don't forget to outline your fonts. I suggest doing a file save as. So you would save this document, you would save this, so file save. Once you make these changes, changing your font, cleaning this up, and you could even put a different color behind the header here, just to make that turn out, experiment with it, or maybe try more of a contrasting color for the header. The green does pop off good off of the purple, and then save that. So just save this. This will be your file, but then you could also do a file save as, and in your folder, for this, you would want to, I don't know where it is, but let's say I'm in your folder for your thing. We're going to name it Infographic Out lines. And then save that. So a separate document, after you get it totally dialed in though, like you want to have everything looking exactly how you're going to be turning it in, and then you would do this process of saving out a separate file, doing a file save as, and saving it out with outlines on the end. And then this is where, you know, at the very last step before you turn it in, you would, you know, grab all these and then, you know, create outlines basically, which you can do in the properties panel over here. If you grab a text box, I'm not seeing it. We can also do it, type, create outlines. So, and that just outlines the fonts. Type, create outlines, type, create outlines, and you probably have to do it to this too. Object, type, create outlines, and that will outline the font in the graph. Type, create outlines. So yeah, you would do that to all of your text. Create outlines, and make sure there's no text that isn't outlined. So everything should be outlined. I don't think this one is. Yeah, it is. Okay. So yeah, that's what you would do there, and then you'd save that, file save, or Command S or Control S, and then you would turn in this along with a high resolution JPEG file. So yeah, that's what I want for a grade. Push OK, and then you would have your AI file and your JPEG, and you would have your AI file with the outlined fonts, and you would still have a copy of this with without the outlines, just in case you wanted to change anything later on, you know, use it in a portfolio or something like that. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful. I think this is looking good. If you just make a few changes to the fonts and kind of some of the alignment, and adding some titles in with a little bit more of a pop of color behind it, and maybe even up here do the same thing, because now I feel like these are drawing from the title more, and the title should be the most prominent thing on the infographic, so maybe just adding another bubble behind this text would help with that. But and also maybe changing these lines to white in like a different font. I don't think I changed it. Maybe I did, but the DIN condensed bold is a good one, or like I said, Montserrat is also a pretty good one. Anyway, I'm liking the color scheme. I'm liking the topic. I think this graphic is really cool. You're just gonna need to bring that in, and yeah, hopefully we'll. Looking forward to seeing this finished. Okay, talk to you later.